Weatherspoon, how's your off season been going thus far?
It's been great. Just went back to Texas, visit the family a little bit. Been back and forth from here to California, a few weddings here and there. Just having a good time, but at the same time, just trying to make sure I'm working out and stay in shape.
What have your meetings with the new coordinator been like, and what should we expect from the defense under Coach Nolan?
Well, we had our first defensive meeting today, and it'll probably be our last one for a few weeks, I think. But basically, what it was about was just the vision that we see for our defense, and just talking about the cornerstones and what we want our defense to look like. And I think it's gonna be a pretty fun year under Coach Nolan.
This is the first change you had at the coordinator position as a pro. How do you think you'll adjust to it?
I think it'll be a lot easier than it would be coming off a lockout year. Now that we're back, we get a chance to get into the terminology of Coach Nolan's system. And, with all of us being here, most of the guys are here. I think we'll do pretty good.
What does it mean having everybody back as opposed to the lockout last year, having everybody back this early?
It's a sense of security, that everybody's out there doing what they're supposed to be doing. We have a way to be accountable and trust each other. Just being back around the guys is always great to be around familiar faces. So seeing all the guys yesterday was definitely a great feeling.
What kind of adjustments do you see yourself having to make on the field and off without having Curtis next to you?
Well, I think I have to be a little bit more verbal. It's not a problem for me to be in front of the defense. It's not a problem for me to be in front of the defense making calls, and I'm going to be doing that a little bit in the third down package a little bit more. So I look forward to it.
Do you think, and if you alluded to this, will your responsibilities change that much, either in the new scheme or without Curtis, or both?
Not really. It's just the third downs. From what I've been told, I'll be the one getting the signals from the sideline. That's going to be something that's different because last year I might make a play and have a chance to celebrate a little longer, and Curtis would round up the guys. Then I would come to the other. And so now it's if I make a play, I got to make sure I'm looking to the sideline to get the call from coach so I can get the defense lined up and get ready to go.
Did you do that in college?
I did do that. I did do that my senior year a little bit more. Not my early years at Missouri, but my senior year I did move inside some, and I set the defense, and I went down to the Senior Bowl, and Coach Schwartz asked me to do that. I did that as well.
Disappointed that Hard Knocks won't be coming to Flowery Branch?
Nah, not at all. I know a lot of people might think I am. We get some tweets here and there about what are my thoughts on it, but it's old news. We passed on it. I look forward to just getting back and just getting into the swing of things.
With the draft coming up Thursday, I remember you telling everybody willing to listen you wanted to play for the Falcons and how happy you were. Can you give some advice to these guys that are getting ready for their big night Thursday?
I guess they can kind of lobby that they want to play for a team too, and maybe that team might pick them. But ultimately, it's all about just keeping the right people around you and just staying positive because you never know what can happen. So I just advise those guys to send up those prayers and just wait it out and enjoy it.
Can you talk about the challenge of replacing Lofton and where is Akeem Dent, in terms of helping to fill that void?
Well, it's a tough challenge because Curtis was a great player. He made a ton of plays, and he was a guy that was always around the ball. So, and then he was one of the smartest guys I played with. So, Akeem, he'll get that chance to come in and be that guy in the middle. And I think, with his attitude and his learning ability, he'll do a great job, taking that role. And I think it'll be fun to see him grow as a player. And it's definitely a challenge though because when you've had someone that's been the focal point of the defense for 3-4 years, it's tough to replace. So we got to work hard together. And I think Coach Nolan has a system in place, and Coach Pires he'll do a great job. And all the older guys like Steve, even Lofa coming in with his experience, I think we'll all do a great job of just moving on.
I don't know how much you talked to Curtis in the off season, but did you get a sense pretty early that he probably wasn't going to be back?
Yeah, I did. We worked out together here in Cumming, Georgia. So we kind of saw each other every day, but it's just a business. You got to treat it as such because that's how they treat it. So I respect Curtis, had fun playing with him, and wish him the best.
Your one-on-one conversations, have you had them with Mike Nolan?
No, I haven't.
You haven't had them?
I got a chance to meet him. I came up a couple weeks ago and got a chance to meet him. And he and Coach Pires were in the defensive meeting room. Myself and Spencer went in and just a meet and greet. It's kind of cool to actually put a face with the name. And just based on today in our meeting, I like his intensity. We break every meeting with a ready break, so that's something that's new. You can obviously sense that he's intense based on that alone. And he came in our meetings and Coach was teaching us something today. He was chiming in. So I look forward to just working with him a little bit more. But I'm pretty sure over the next few weeks I'll get a chance to know him a little bit more.
are you looking forward to maybe the opportunity of sort of being a little bit more all over the field?
I am, and I'm not sure exactly what I'll be doing all the time, but I'm definitely looking forward to the challenge, and I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for that to do a little bit more and maybe step out there and do some different things. So I look forward to the challenge, and I think it's gonna be fun.
What would be some of the keys to improving the third down defense?
Some of the key.
Well, as y'all, as you sit now, I'm sure y'all know more in the coming months, but, I know that's a target area, just based on looking at the stats.
Well, I think accountability and trust. I think us trusting in Coach Nolan and his system and becoming more familiar with it, and then I think we have the veteran guys here that we need in order to set the tone for the guys like myself, younger guys, and new guys coming onto the defense. I think we can set the tone to let everybody know, how important third down is, because it was a thorn in us last year. So we definitely have to step that up, and I look forward to helping out a lot with that as well as the other guys. But we've already been talking about it.
Curtis, what about the rumors about
I'm not Curtis.
Sean, I'm sorry. We've been talking about him. I'm sorry, man. The rumors about Asante possibly joining this team and being a member of your defense would be a big boost in the corner.
Oh, I haven't even heard about that. But I think he's a great player. I played against him the past 2 years, kind of saw what he can do, and he's definitely a player that I think would improve anyone's defense. So we'll see what happens. But I can't talk too much about that.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right.